Alright, are we streaming? Oh, wow, look at that. I'm streaming. Science and technology, eh? That's me. Name's Fraser Sharp. Just call me Bladez. We're here. This is an extra, actually. I'm not supposed to be streaming today, but I've just got this interesting thing on my screen. And I can't see the stream here. Capture card. There we go. And let's... Oh, can't do it in here. I've got to do it on a different machine. So let's say hello to you all, eh? We got any viewers? No, not yet. No viewers, what's going on? Oi, viewers, wake up, tune in, come on. This is a chat show, it's not a blooming... it's not a blooming talk to myself show. I don't know. Alright, what can I see on this screen over here? I can see a load of rubbish. Alright, yeah, I just had to click on the screen and it goes to normal instead of completely being messed up. So let's say hello to everybody and make sure the stream's working. Hello all. Does that come up on screen? That's the question. Yeah, it does. So yeah, we're live. We're definitely live, 100%, and it's on Twitch. And here come the viewers. Good. Right. Yeah, I've been messing, as I normally do, and I was just throwing some code up. An OBJ loader, you know, something simple. Right. And I'm doing it in Java, so I did it in a logical fashion. And it didn't look quite right, so I put some lighting on it, made a simple light, threw that on it, and it just went all, wow, pear-shaped. Everything. Oh, went, yeah, that. Interestingly, I haven't done what I normally do. I did it logically. So here we go. This is what I've got. Not very good. Stuttering. Lights looking awful. It's working, but it's looking awful. And it's wrong. Light is coming from the bottom right. Interesting. Let's increase the Y value of the light. Let's just put it, make sure it's up above the object. I don't know how big the object is, by the way. No, that is completely, it hasn't changed. I'm not sure whether it's picking up that 100 then. That's changed. But now, no shadowing. Right, is this actually picking up what I'm doing here? Save. Build, rebuild. Let's just make sure. Do a full rebuild. Only takes a couple of seconds. No, there should be no light here. Should all be on the top. So the lighting's not working either. That says to me that I think the normals are wrong. Because lighting depends on normals. So it could be the model. Really. Could be the model. So it could be the model that's wrong, and I've got it in OBJ there, so let's just get rid of you for a sec. Oh, so in C, I think I've done a pretty good job on the OBJ loader. But when it comes to Java, which you can just program logically, it all fell apart. Why? Same objects, by the way, that I use for my C programming up here. Well, which I will be using in the C programming up here. Yeah. Add and remove software. Let's check this out. Blender. Install. Apply. It wants CUDA. Good, that's good because I've got a CUDA card in. Choose. No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I gave the CUDA card away, I think. Never mind. I don't know what this is going to be, so let's just pop in what I would normally put and hopefully that'll work. Okay. Choose a provider for OpenGL. Where's 460? Don't care then. 440 will do. Choose. And apply. Alright, we're going. So it's downloading Blender. Oh, finished. Right, okay. Why is it still downloading if it's finished? Strange machine. Wish people had programmed things properly. But you can't really ask too much in the modern day society. I don't think very many people do program things properly. And that's why I'm trying out this Java, because on this Java it'll set up my constructors, it sets up all the gettings and settings of things, which is all a load of rubbish. It does everything for you. Just lets you get on with the code, really. Thinking about the code instead of the construction of the language. And you're working in one file, so you can see the whole of the construction, you can see the whole of the language, you know, what you put in. But with Java, I've also come across this try-catch thing, which I don't use in C. It's there, but I don't use it, because I don't believe in it. If you have to put try-catch on something, it means you're not trusting what's going on. And you should be trusting what's going on because you're programming it. Now, if it's Java that you don't trust, well, that makes it a bit different. Now, I don't trust Java, so there you go. So I'm using the try-catches, and also the editor that I'm using uses try-catch, so it doesn't trust Java either. So it's I'm going with what I'm given and the suggestions that the editor makes. I'm accepting everything. I'm just going to accept everything. I want to program it in a way that the editor says is correct. I don't want to program it any other way. Alright, we're installing CUDA. Interesting. I didn't have CUDA, Muppet. Have you ever used CUDA, Muppet? I bet you haven't. I bet you don't even know what a CUDA graphics card is, or what it means. It means that you can use your graphics card to do calculations only, usually used on a server. So you put a graphics card on a server, and instead of using it for video output, you use it to do your maths calculations. Because graphics cards are fantastic for matrix multiplications and vectors. And that's a very good idea, isn't it? Did I put mine in? I've got a CUDA card. I wonder if I put it in the server or not. Don't know, I could open the server and have a look. I know I put an extra LAN card in there. But I didn't put the graphics in there because it's got a fan on it. And I don't want a fan inside me server. Not when I don't know what it's going to do to the airflow. Okay, I think we're done. I do prattle on well enough to cover time, so I'm happy. I can't see the screen, mateys, so can you please get off my screen for a minute? Thanks. All applications, and it's Blender. Add to favourites, because it is a good program, after all. Ooh, and it opens at maxed. It's no good for us, is it? Opening at max. Plonk it about half. Put you guys back up. You're more important than Blender. Yeah, I mean it. It's a chat show, it's not a Blender show. Alrighty, that's Blender, gobbledygook, English, Blender. Select with left. Spacebar is play. Theme dark. Sounds good enough. Next. Okay, manual. New file. General. General. So we get this one. Right, okay, that's fine. That's fine. It's got a cube on it. That'll do me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a textured cube. So there's the cube. I want to deform it a little bit. Somehow. X, Y, Z. X, Y is into the screen on Blender because it's a bit awkward. And Z is up. So that's correct. Alright. What I want to do is I want to take the face here and I want to do something with it. Alright, and what can we do? We can view, select add object, yeah, blah blah blah, start, stopping. What's this up here? Editing, oh, UV editing, here we go. Modeling, that sounds good. Let's click on that. There we go, got modeling now. Now I've got to redo the screen again, so the X is in the right direction. I could do the top. I could mess the top up. So, select. Alright, what's all this down here? Oh, extrude region. How do I select a face? There. So there we go, I selected a face. We could bevel it. We could extrude it. Let's bevel it. Bevel. How do I do this? Is it right or left? So at the bottom it tells me. So it's left for bevel. Left. No, that didn't work. Let's bevel. There we go, that's what I want. Thank you, Muppet. That was very kind of you. He's just started up the other machines. Well, yeah, he started a calculator for some reason. How does that look? Right, yeah. That's a disturbed cube, if ever I saw one. Perfect object for what I want. Okay. So, let's view that. Oh no. Layout. Looks good. Yeah, that's the model I want. That's good. Modeling. How do I deselect? Don't go back to that one. I'll just click on that one. Oh, and I can do that separately. That's great. Shear region. Yeah, okay. Rotate view, call menu. So if I click on the right, what happens? All right. Mirror. Still this thing hanging out in case I want to do anything, which I don't really. Compress escape on that, I think. No, we can't. Yeah, very difficult. Let's just change tool. That's it. Right. No. What's this? Move. Select. No. Move. Okay. Rotate. Scale transform. That's good. Cursor. Don't know what that does. Don't know what that does. Alright, I don't know what any of that does yet. Right. So I'm going to go back to the layout here. What can we do? We can add, view, add, select. Okay, that's no good. UV editing. No. Modeling. Mesh. UV. Unwrap. Unwrap the mesh of the object being edited. Live unwrap. Change edges, seam, recalculate UV unwrap. Alright, okay. Smart UV projection. Unwraps the selected faces of the mesh. It operates on all selected mesh objects and can be used to unwrap selected faces or all faces. Alright, so let's get back to faces. That's that one. Let's select all, just in case I get this completely wrong. All. Okay, all goes orange. UV. Smart UV project. Go for it. Okay. Okay, right, so UV editing. It's put all my UVs up, and oh, it's taken them all out, and it's been really, really nice about it. That I like. I like that a lot. Okay. So, pan, context. So, image. Open. Okay. Home. Fraser. We're in ideas, aren't we? So it'll be in Bladez. Res. Texture. I'll go with blue. Open image. Right, that puts the image on it. So we can now, over here, we're supposed to be able to see that. So if we go back to view, no. Okay, edit mode, or object mode. Alright. Edit mode, puts it on. Right, okay, let's just save this out now then. That looks about right. I don't know if it's actually on there or not, I can't tell. I think this is why we need a bigger screen. No, no. That doesn't do much. Alright, yeah, okay. What's this? Don't know. What's this? Okay, yeah, well, that doesn't mean much to me. What's this? Okay, options. Interesting stuff. So that does that. That does that. That does that. What if I take the select all off? No. Okay, let's just highlight the camera for a second. Doesn't seem to work. That doesn't seem to do much. Just darkens everything. Alright, well, I don't know, is the answer. No idea. If that mesh is now on there, I have no way of knowing how to see it. What's texture paint? Oh, nice. UV editing, sculpting. That looks nice. Modeling, layout. I think that just shows the lighting. Usually seems to be on that one. Alright then. So UV editing is still there, yeah. Alright, file. Export. Wavefront. OBJ. Let's send it to Ideas Project. Bladez. Resources. And OBJ. I want to call it something easy, so we'll call this test. Alright. So not untitled, we'll have test. T-E-S-T. Yeah, that'll do. Export? No, don't you dare yet. Don't you dare. I know there's a lot more options than you're showing me here. As OBJ, include cube selection only. Animation transform geometry. Here we go. Apply modifiers, smooth groups. Don't really care about that. Write normals, yeah. Include UVs, yes. Write materials, don't really care. Triangulate faces, you have to do that one. Keep vertex order. I think I will. I think we should. Tooltip. Oops. Tooltip. Any? No. Keep vertex order. How will that work? No idea. Z is, minus Z is forward path mode auto. Y is up. What do you mean path mode auto? Okay, scale 1. Alright, so we've got a box with a pointy thingy on it. Export the object. Yeah. Alright, it's exported. It's there, it's test object. All I want is my test object, please. We'll stick with the blue. And I'm going to run it. It's wrong. Right, let me just stop all of this kind of rotation stuff, because I can see that the stretching on the back, something's gone totally wrong here. I want to see that top and bottom. Let me just get some rotations going. Let's just have a look at all of the sides if I can. Actually, it's not too bad. I've only got stretched down one side. Is that close enough for a biscuit? Is it a stretch though? Or is that how it's just laid out? Right, let me just try something. I've got some code in here which isn't going to probably help us. So I want to take that off again. And I want to have a look at this with something slightly different. Display Manager. I think you're okay. No, I won't change it. It's looking loader. I hope everybody's okay today, by the way. I haven't really been very sociable, have I? So I hope you're all okay. I'm just having a look at what I'm doing with everything in here as well. Loading the texture. Nearest. I think that's helping out. Actually. No. What I'll do instead is take the repeat instruction out. What is that? Alt forward. No. No, don't do that. Oh, I don't know how to do it in here. Indent, unindent. Jesus Christ, you've got too much stuff in here. Macros. There you go. Comment line. Control plus / Okay. It's too hot for this. I'm overheating a little bit. Control plus / does it. Okay. Let's just rebuild without those instructions in, please. Hasn't changed. Slightly off center as well, but that's how the model was made. I think it's actually done it correctly. Right. There's a reason why I put a pointy bit on the front. There we go. Do that. I don't think it really affects much. And that was for doing this. Just want it to be placed on the screen. I don't want it to do anything silly. Right, the pointy bit on the front tells me where the light's coming from. Above, left. Really? X. Alright, let's put X minus 5. That's definitely above left. Let's place it to 0. Well, actually, we should place them all to 0 to start off with for the testing. That should be from directly up. Okay, it's just, yeah, that could be normals. But when I go to, like, 10 in the X direction, yeah, it has gone to the right. Maybe the normals are slightly sideways. Minus 10, it should go all the way to the left. It does. Maybe the lighting calculations are right. Right, so it looks as though it was the model that was wrong. Now I can't remember if I ticked that box or not. Oh, God, I'm useless. It looks as though it did. Keep them in order. Ah, the texture coordinates are correct, that's why. Oh, 2/2, yes. Root 2/2, 7. Okay, yeah, that looks right, because it should be 45 degrees. No, it hasn't kept them in order. That's interesting. There are a lot of VTs. 17 to 48. 30. 30 texture coordinates. Should that be 36? Vertices go from 5 to 16. 11. Really? Yeah? No, 12. You have to add 1. So it's 22 of the others. Uh, 49 to 58. So 9. 10. Alright, so it's a middle number. Highest value is 26, 28. That's interesting. Right, okay. What I'm going to do then is go to the loader and find out what we're doing with those numbers. Alright, let's have a look at this. Don't need the window, do we? I'll pop you up here anyway. 12, 32, 10, 60. That's wrong. That should be a multiple. Indices has to be a multiple of 36, or does it? There's only 28 textures. Normals are correct. We've added 4 more textures for some reason, and we've added 4 more vertices for some reason. So that's why. We've got 12 vertices. Oh yeah, it's not a box. That's why. So those are correct. Bugger, it works. So it's my models that are wrong. Really? Alright. The model's wrong. That's a simple answer. The test model is correct. Wow. The lighting is awful. I'll give it that. Don't save, I don't care. I want to delete the cube. And I want to add monkey. Let's have Suzanne. Alright, we've got Suzanne. Suzanne's pretty, well, how can you put it? She's got a problem. She doesn't seem to have enough vertices to look very good, does she? Okay. So, what do we got here? Suzanne. Relations collections, instance in motion pass, God knows what that lot is. What's this? Oh, add modifier. What have we got? Have we got a subsurface one? Subdivision surface. Alright. That's done something. I can't see what the words mean actually. Number of subdivisions to perform. Okay. That's better. Oh, very smooth. A lot smoother. So we'll set all these to 4. Keep corners. Alright, we can have it as sharp. Does that bring the nose out a bit better? That's what I'm looking at. Optimal display, use creases. Optimal display, use creases. Doesn't seem to do much. Simple. Or that. I'll have that. Apply. Whatever I've done, I'm applying it. Right. So that was your layout. Under your modelling, it's all selected. It's all orange. Let's have a look at those vertices. Oh, wow, look at that. Wow. That is awesome. That's got an awful lot of vertices in it. Just do that again. We have 126,290 vertices. No edges. We have 125,952 faces. We have 251,904 triangles. And it's 241 megabytes of memory. Holy monkey's kidneys. What I'm going to do is UV. Smart UV project again. Yeah. Okay. I think it's working on it. Okay. Done. Okay. UV editing. Suzanne, please. How do I click on it? Select all. Alright, this is how it's put Suzanne together on here. So image. Open. Again, we'll get an image. Don't need to do this part, by the way. I can just save it out now. The image is optional. I've lost myself completely on this system again because I keep forgetting which operating system I'm on. Ideas. Bladez. Resource, textures, and I want gold. Don't know why that's dark. Is it so I can see it? Oh no, it's not so I can see it. It's because of the amount of stuff in there. Okay. Alright, I've had enough of messing around with that. So, wow. I am actually quite impressed with this. But I don't know how to use it properly. So, file. Export. I need to mess around with this a lot more. It looks ace. We'll have a wavefront OBJ. We'll do that again. But geometry. Apply modifiers, yeah. Smooth groups, don't care. Bit flag, right normals, UVs, materials, yeah. Triangulate faces, please. Better not. It might take forever. Ideas, projects, blades, resource, OBJ. We're going to call this Suzanne. She's gold. I think that's how you spell it. Minus Z is forwards. This could take a while. It's doing it. It's got numbers come up. It's still doing it. 41, 44, done. That's still open. Oops, wrong thing. And we want to take you off. I don't want to see the numbers. Main game loop. Gold. And it's Suzanne, as I spelt it. That looks as though it worked. How the hell have I done this? It was all wrong before. The lighting's rubbish, I know that. Can it turn? It can. It looks a bit crackly, but I think that's the texture rather than the... We do seem to have holes. There's supposed to be holes there, that's correct. Doesn't actually look too bad. The texture's obviously not good enough for the model. Back's face culling is working. I think we missed a bit of texture though. But maybe it's working. Behind the... What's going on in these up and down bits? There's nothing there and there's nothing here. So yeah, it is missing stuff. Interestingly. That's not possible. That's not possible. It's just not possible. It was a network error. Please try again. Error 2000. That means he's refreshing browser. And you lose all the chat. Great. Oh, and you get some adverts. That's good. That doesn't look good. What are the adverts about? Okay. Yeah. Indices 755,000. So yeah, it's not the 250,000 it promised, it's times it by 3 because we triangulated. Yep, that's correct. Textures, yeah, there's a few missing, but we don't care. But it's still more than the vertices, so it should work. Looks okay. $15,582 for the indices. Yeah. Alright, yeah. I see what you mean. Big ouch. There's no way of testing that. There is no way of testing that. I'm just gobsmacked that it's done it. I mean, that is huge. I would like to know what it's done with all of this information. Did it delete it or not? Does when it comes to here, does it get deleted? I don't know. Should do. Once they're loaded up, we don't need them anymore. I'd love to know what's happening there, but I don't think this IDE will tell us, or this debug rubbish would tell us. Right, so I don't like what I'm seeing, but the test objects work miraculously. So I'm satisfied that that OBJ loader is correct, but it's not. This OBJ loader was done in a logical fashion. Let's have a look at it. There's not much to it, actually. As you can see, there's only about 88 lines. And then you process your vertices, and so there's not really much to it. I mean, that's it. It's only a small one. So what we're doing is we are reading into vectors, or lists, should I say, array lists, and then we are converting into arrays, because OpenGL can't use the lists, but it can use arrays. So we then put everything into there. Why is that still null? Oh right, yeah, that's been done, that's why. What's these? Alright, it's because it's not needed. Okay. Is it the same with this one? Yeah. Those two aren't needed. Why? Because of this scope here. That's why the other two are needed. Because textures array and normals array are actually identified and set here. But I don't think you need to set them here. So this is where we do these two. Because what I'm thinking is, why can't we take these two out of here? But those are outside. These two lines are bothering me. Why can't we put them here? Then it should go yellow. Interesting. The lighting doesn't look right. It's there, but it's way too bright. I don't understand this lighting effect. Something really wrong with this lighting effect. It's as if it's using the position for the direction. Oh, it is. Cobblers. This is all to cock. Oh well. Not to worry, it's all to cock. I'm gonna rewrite this. I don't like this OBJ loader at all. Test. And blue. It's less harsh on my eyes. Yeah, it's starting to shade out in the wrong place. Yeah, it's rubbish. This lighting's rubbish. This, totally. It's totally all over the place. There you go, it's just gone dark. There's no shading going on at all. You can see a massive seam on it. Dear me. Which is good to see. We haven't done clamp to edge on it, that's why. That. Alright. Enough messing about there. No, I want me GLSL. Right. There's massive problems with all of this, which is good. And this is what I wanted to show people. That doing an OBJ loader isn't just simply about writing something that makes sense. Let's have a... Sorry, I was going to do that before, wasn't I? So, what we do is we set up the in file reader. Then we get the buffer. And then we buffer it in line by line. And do we take the whole lot in? No, not there anyway. No, we don't buffer it. These are just setting up the variables. There we go. Read it line by line within a while true statement. So we do need a break at the end, otherwise we'll never get out of it. As soon as we hit the faces, we break. Break out that one and do a different one for the faces here at the bottom. So we're just going to read in each line. We're going to keep going round and round and round, and all we're doing is passing the numbers into vertices, textures, and normals, which are all taking vec3, vec2, vec3, vec2 because it's a UV for textures, not an XYZ. Very simplistic parser. It just splits it by spaces. As you can see, it just needs to split it by spaces here. It takes each individual number, 1, 2, 3. Remember 0 is the V, so, or whatever, so that's 0 on split, starts with, is the 0th split string for current line. So we don't use current lines 0, 1 and 2, 0 to 1. We use 1, 2 and 3 because that's your 0th there at the beginning. We just use it. We could say, really, current line 0 equals. But then we'd have to pass it to, yeah, and it'd be awkward. So we just put starts with because it's simpler. Alright, so we're just throwing everything into the list vertices, the list textures, and the list normals. So that's your vertices, textures, and normals. When we come to the faces, we start heading towards this indices array. So we break out of our infinite loop. We set our arrays up because we know the size of the vertices. Normal array size. You see, we're doing it properly. Why don't we set up the vertices size? Because we do it here. Why do we do it here? All of those should be together. Really, when you think about it, logically, that lot should be together. Doesn't cause any errors. Yes, it does. Might not have been initialized. Might not have been initialized. Hold on a minute. We are still in a try-catch loop. There's the catch. Okay, what's wrong with this one? Normal's rate might be null. It will be null. And that's why the normals and the textures array was separated off. I understand now. So Z, 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 Z. And that's why everything was in its such a place. Oops, what have I done there? Alright. Okay, we're back to normality again now. Don't need that. Whatever I've done. There. Okay, normality restored. Still works. And that's why those two are in such weird places, is because of try catches, and also that we need to use the textures and normals here, and the vertices and indices are done down here. That's logical, isn't it? Why did I do it like that? Why is that logical? Because we're still reading the faces in. But we're actually doing indices here as well. And yet we don't create the indices array until the vertex. We do actually. We do create the indices, but we don't create the array part of it until here. There's two parts to each, so you've got to be careful which part's where. And those indices are being here calculated, but it's current vertex pointer. Which is correct. So all of this is correct, but it's so wrong. It'll work, but as you can tell, there's gaps in the textures, there's seams showing. Did we clamp to edge or not? No, we didn't. OpenGL text parameter. I. No, don't need you. Let's have a look how I treat them in here. Destroy set shader. Load to VAO, yeah. Yeah. Release raw model. Load texture. I just do min and mag. Huh. I'm using a linear. I don't touch the texture in here, I shouldn't do. That's what I'm interested in. Alright. Looking good. What's this going on here? Hey, you, come here. Why can't I do anything with it? We have a security issue. Really? You want me to a password? What for? Authentication required. What for? I've obviously done something. Oh, it's that program needs to check itself and see if it's alright and all that kind of crap. Yeah, okay. Given up with Blender already, so we'll close that. Don't save. Just don't save. I have no idea what I just did. Right. This is a simplified version of a Model 3D. Can we get something out of here or not? Yeah, we can. OBJ. So it's the same thing, same idea. We use vectors, Q vectors in this case. We do the bits and pieces we want, but I take a lot more out of it on this one. When it starts with an F, that's where all the fun starts. Then we close it. Give a readout to the console because I want to know the information. And that's it. We don't convert it though, do we, in this one? Or do we? And then we store each line ready to construct model data. So we're doing all the data. And then we give another console readout. Blah de blah de blah. Yeah. That's the biggie. Indexing, shaders, set shader. Num indices equals indices size. Blah de blah de blah, blah de blah de blah. And there it is. Models raw model equals load to VAO. And we're using these. Just wondering where we set them up. Do we set them up at the beginning or at the end? There's a few vectors there. I think it cheats. Yeah, I think it cheats. Because that's the only block I've got there. Now I know that that comes out of a header file. That one there. So I'm not too bothered about that. But this is main CPP, so there's no header files other than that object data structure that's going to affect it. I can use this. I prefer this amount of information. So what information have I got here? I've got the material. vertex data, the texture data, the normal data, material data, material file name, yeah, and face element, face data. That could work. Because this is a lot simpler to me. It does exactly the same in the same way. It's just where you put your fors and your ifs and your dots and your dashes and your gobbledygook. You see, this face element is quite hefty. But I am expecting vertice, indice, and normal index. And this is where I think I'm failing on this one that I've created here. I think it's not as intricate as what I've done here, but I never thought it through after that. I actually took the information and then probably never used it. Okay. I'm interested to get that far. And see what we could get out of this. And compare it to what we're getting with the other one. Yeah. You see, it's information that we're sending through that I'm really suspect about here. Out. Print line. So what have we got here? We've got indices. Indices array dot length. Semicolon. Am I allowed to do that? Would that work? Yeah. Okay. That'll work. That's how much I trust Java. System. The fact that you use try catches says it all. Actually, all I need to do is one, two, three, four. Oh no. Alrighty. My telephone was bringing So how are people today? Are you alright out there? What's my eyeballs in useless rubbish again? But I do feel as though I'm getting too hot here, so I'm going to grab a cold drink in a second. Doing this just so I don't need to use debug mode. But I want to compare that with what happens when I do the other one. This is what I'm finding interesting about this, actually. Yeah, 36, vertices, 36, that's wrong. But it's right at the same time. There's 60 indices. Well, if there's 60 indices, it's got to be, well, indices should be a multiple of either that one or that one. Texture array size of 24, I agree with, actually. It should be. Interesting. I think I need a cold drink. So what I want to do is I just want to run a completely different test thing in here. Well, I shouldn't really put it in the engine, should I? Really? No. Because it's a test. So new. Java class. Test OBJ. Yeah, okay, I'll add it. Why not? So I want to set it up exactly the same way as I did this OBJ loader. Here. Not with that lot, though. I don't want to do that bit, though. Public static void OBJ model. Okay. We'll just call it test load OBJ. File. File. I think that's all I need, isn't it? Yeah, I don't need the loader for this. I'll do. Right, so I can just throw things in here. What I'm going to do is in... yeah, I don't need you. In a main game loop, all I'm going to do is I'm just going to run it. Here. And it's just going to be test obj dot that with file test. Alright, so we're just doing, just to read in the data and see if I get the same. I'm finding this interesting, actually. I'm exploring the different possibilities of the OBJ loader, because as you know, I don't use the OBJ loader in the final 3D library that I'm creating or have created. I use my own model system, an extension. So what this will do, or will be transferred to, is a completely new program for OBJ conversions. It'll just be called the OBJ converter. It'll be written in Java, and you run that on your OBJ models. It'll just take OBJ convert, whatever the model name is. And you should be able to do that from the command line. I don't know if you can actually run Java from the command line, but we're going to find out with that. That's going to be my first production program, funnily enough, will be the OBJ converter. Because the file format that you get for OBJ is crap, and it's nothing like we need for OpenGL. So let me just go grab a drink. Let's see what we can do for you here. Put you onto the main view. Let's see if we can find some music to dance to. Because anybody who knows my stream knows that if you can hear this, then you know that I'm AFK. Probably grabbing a drink. There we go. It's legal music, it's all NCS. Alright, I'm AFK. Oh my god, I just looked at the timer already. Seriously, 1 hour 30 just get this stage. I talk too much. Let's alright, let's try this. Okay. This could get interesting very quickly. Now. Alright. File reader, file in. File in. Okay. Equals null. We have to put it outside the try catch because this prefers try catch. Okay. We just haven't written anything for these yet. Now, let's have a look at this. Equals new file reader. Okay. Okay, I'm happy with that. That's correct. Then we want to look at the catch. And that's what it's actually doing. That's the Java way of doing it. Buffer reader equals a new buffered reader. Yep, that's how Java does it. That's fine. Now at this point, we're outside of the try catch, which is interesting. It's allowing me to do that, but it's not allowing me to do that. String line is setting a variable. All variables will set at the beginning. That's the first thing. So all variables, set all my variables up here. That's a massive first thing that I'm going to do. That can't be done until that. Yeah, that's an assert. Although we've got a try catch, we also have to have an assert. Because of the try catch, it forces it. Forces that error. If I take it out, it'll complain like hell. It'll say, I'm sorry, but file in may not have been done. Which is quite right. Because I haven't put a breaker in here. What we should really do is just return from that. So if it is a cock-up, this isn't needed now. There you go. It is now always true, which removes that line. That's all that was required to get rid of that line. Good. That's better programming. You shouldn't be using asserts. If you need to use an assert, then you're really not trusting your own programming. So that was one of the things I wanted to get rid of. Right, anything else in here? So we try to read a file. If we can't find the file, then we print an error and just return. There's no point in carrying on. Simple. That makes a lot more sense now. If we can find the file, then we want to read it in, so we set up a reader, a buffered reader. Which, if I'm right, in Java means a stack of some kind, probably. Okay. Okay, that's all the tests. Alright. That should be halfway across the screen or so, but it needs to go a bit further. Okay. There we go. That's actually what's happening. So I'll take that as a bonus. What comes up next? In this one here. I'm going to change it as we go. Alright, so next we have all of this garbage here. Right, this is all creating stuff. It does need to go here though. We don't want to put it at the top. Why don't we want to put it at the top? That's a good point. We don't want to put anything at the top. We don't want... Alright, yeah, we don't want to put anything at the top. We want to test if the file's there first. Then we can start. So this isn't the start of what we want to do. Okay. So this is the start of the object loader here. Okay. All of this. Cut. That's all the bits and pieces we should need. I'm going to put equals to null on these, because I think I might need it on my version. Okay, that's good. Oh god, I just messed that up. Try not to spill my drink everywhere. Not clever. So the first thing we do is we set up all of our variables. So there's going to be line and then we get the buffered reader, yeah. So that's all of that lot. Then we set up our vector list. Q vector is a list, an array list. Alright, these are all classes that I've done on this one. But these are classes. That's interesting. Right, okay. Material file name. That's a class. I'll add it. And what's that when it's at home? I think it's just a string, isn't it? Yeah, it's just a string. So it's a private or public? I don't want getters and setters, do I? Oh, sod it. I'll do it the Java way. Stuff them. So private. I'm gonna do this very basic. It's just a string, isn't it? And it's called file name. Generate constructor. Okay. And generate getters and setters. There we go. That's that one. In test object we can now put file name. So I'm going to try that. List of file names. Oh, it isn't, it's material file name. Material files. Yeah, we'll just call it material files. Yeah, we'll call it that equals a new array list. There we go. Alright, that's okay. Right, what I need to do is just put a space there. And that'll put that blob up for me. There we go. So I can just flip between the two. The next one we have is vertex. And that's going to be for vertex data. Okay. Never tried this before. Because I'm going to be doing something completely new after I've got this OBJ loader sorted out. I mean completely new idea. Which will lead to possibly unknown territories. No, it'll be complete exploration into unknown territories. That's for certain. I'll call it vertex. We'll add it. We've done the material name now, haven't we? Okay. Let's find in here vertex. Oh no, it's virtually the first one in the file, so it's up. There it is. Okay. Over here we have a private float x private float y and a private, believe it or not, float z. Do we add the w? We do not. Alright, I'll sort that out with the shader then. That's the notes I've put on over here. W is handled by the shader, okay. Da, 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 da. Guess what happens next? We generate a constructor. Shift. Okay. Yeah, that looks okay. Save me some typing. Guess what we do next? We generate getters and setters. Okay, and guess what? It's done it all for us. That's that class finished. So we can now have, instead of vertices here, we can have vertex. Did we call it vertices or did we call it a vertex? Vertex data. Yeah, I like that. Vertex data. Yeah, that's good. That's really good. I like that one. What's next? Texture coordinate. I just want to see if this works. Yeah, we'll add it. For the texture coordinate, I bet it's just U and V, isn't it? Eh? I might have put the W in, but I'm not going to this time. I didn't find a use for it last time. Although it exists, it's not given to us. And OpenGL doesn't really use it. The only thing I can think of using it for is a two-dimensional rotation of the texture. Outside, well, before you send it to OpenGL, like you might put it the right way up, so reverse it by 180 degrees. Well, you can do that just by reversing the Y as you take it in. So you don't need to do that. So I'm just going to float U and V. So private. This is how easy it is to program, by the way. U and private. Float V. Yeah, okay, I've done a lot of research prior to this to get all this information together, and of course I have a list, and it tells me all bits and pieces here. By the way, all this is from the wiki, online. Googled the wiki and just copied it out and then inserted me structs, which are classes, in this language. Guess what we're going to do next? Yeah, it's hard this, isn't it? How to program the hard way. Shift. Okay. Generate. It's Alt Insert. Let's get used to that. Getter and setters. Alt Insert. See if I can get that into my brain. It'll be very hard to do so. So now we can use texture coordinate. Instead of this textures thing here. I bet I've called it texture coordinate. I wish I wouldn't keep picking up the wrong mouse. Oh dear, what happened there? Texture coordinate, no, texture data. Oh, well done me. Very creative. So that's okay. Did it pick it up properly? Doesn't need to because it's in the same directory. Okay, so it doesn't need to import, as it's not in a different directory. Nice. Next, vertex normals. And this is where it starts becoming very important that we get it right. This is what I think they're called on the wiki. Vertex normals. I can tell you what they are already. Private float x. Private float y, xy. I'm just wondering if I can just put a vertex in there. No, don't. Do it properly. Private. Don't try any shortcuts. X, Y, and Z. Because these could be altered at any time. Just make sure I'm not really messing this up. I picked up the wrong mouse again. Oh look, X, Y, Z. Wait a minute. So, Alt Insert. Where's that? Alright, I have to take the numlock off, do I? Alt Insert. Yeah, I do. Constructor. Shift down, down. Okay. God, you can do this on the keyboard. Oh, hell. Alt Insert. Getters and setters. Shift down, down. Okay. Done. Oh, that is hellfire. So it's going to get sped up, isn't it? Vertex normals. What did we call them? Vertex normals. Alts. Try that again. Yeah, it even auto-suggests. What's next? Use material. That's an interesting one. Okay. New Java class. Use material. Bing. Add. Sorry, I'm putting it all on Git in case. I might publish this. If somebody wants me to publish all of this, that's up to you. Quite happy to publish it all. What's use material come under? I just think again it's a string, is it? Comes towards the bottom of here. Line elements. Here it is. Yeah. So it's a private string. And use material name. Okay. And getters and setters. Done. Next. Copy. I'll forget you integers for a minute. Use material. No, I'm not doing too well with this double mouse thingy. So use material. Use material. Why does it put an S on the end? I wonder. That was its suggestion, was plural. That I've got as plural as well. No, you can't rename it from there. You have to open it to rename it. I thought I said refactor. I've done it here as well. Okay. I'm not going to bother with these. I'm going to take those out altogether. And now we want one more called face element. This is the troublesome one. I've never had these files on Java before. Face. Element. Okay. Yeah. Add. This is a bit tricky. Or could be. Bet it won't be though. It's not in the MTL file, so we'll go back up. Here it is. Okay. Private int 4. Now, is it a 4 or a 3 in Java? I'm going to go with 3 to see what happens. I think Java's slightly different. Vertex index. Yeah, okay. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, it's Java. Vertex index equals a new int 3. Yeah. I've got hair sticking to me. It's so hot today, it's untrue. Alright, we're at 2 hours now. I'm supposed to stop the video, but I don't care. YouTube can suffer. So, private int texture index equals a new int 2. Three. We're talking about the indexes now, aren't we? And the index is per vertex, so they're all the same. Yeah. I'm talking about a face. A face needs 3 things. Int, and this is a normal index. This is why I'm starting to like Java. Oh, I don't like Java, I just program in it because I can throw things up. And it's going to do everything differently. And that's going to make me work harder on this program, which I don't think is right. Private int current color, spelled the American way, yeah. And I've put it equal to -1. No, I don't want to. Not this time round. Bool has textures, Bool has normals. I'll take the has textures. Don't want the other one. Okay. This is going to be interesting. Wonder what it's going to do here. Alt insert constructor Shift, down, 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 go. Well, it looks like a better constructor. I don't know about it though. I don't know if that constructor will work. There we go. Why is bool not allowed? Oh, it's not private. Just get rid of the errors. My bad. Different language. I'm not used to. This is my first week programming in Java. Does it look like it? I think it does. Alright, it's all gone yellows there. That's a face element. Yeah, that'll do. List. Face element. I guess we're going to call it face element. Yeah, we are. Put you back in here. Face element equals a new array list with gobbledygook at the end. Right, that'll do. So we got those. Right, int current color equals 0. I don't want minus ones. I don't want these minus ones. Put these last. Int current color. I don't want any minuses in this code, because if I transfer this back into C, I'll be able to use unsigned ints. I don't think we have uint unsigned ints in here. We might have. I don't know. Never come across them. Yeah, I'm just going to make it equal to 0, which means I don't need to do anything. It's automatic. Automatic initialization in Java. Alrighty, then we start our buffer reader up. Do we have the do command? Do? While? Something isn't. It's that silly thing, isn't it? A line is not null. Yeah. Thing. I've got to be careful with this one. Java, 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 Java. That's why they probably used a while true there. And then read it, a line equals, read a line. Yeah, okay. So I need that. But I also need line is not equal to null. And that's not going to work. Or is it? It's Java. It doesn't work in C. Things to think about. Doesn't like that. Interesting. Right, there's a problem with this. What happens if the first line's null? We open an empty file. Okay, we now need to split the data, don't we? Which will be... how do we do it? I'm not happy with what I've done so far. That's good news. It means we're going to change it. See, they've done it right at the beginning as well. String like that, huh? Okay. So let's get ourselves equal string current line. Okay, that needs to go to the top. So that's a do. String current line equals a new equals null. Catch. Okay. Let's separate this try catch rubbish off. This is not easy to get this to look good. No, I'm going to keep it like that. Especially with the try catch, they are awkward. Do I need to split anything else down here? Nope. We have to set up the string in here because each time round we want to reset it to null. Now it sounds stupid, but that's what we're going to do. So that current line will equal something new each time, and we won't get overflowing data here and there and whatever. This is this line splitting thing, innit? So current line equals line. Ooh. Line dot split with quotes. I'll go for a space. Yeah. That's what I think it should be. It doesn't think so. Correct. Line might not be initialized. Now I see why the initialization's on the same line as... that makes more sense, actually. From Java's point of view, not from mine. Might not have been initialized. Why do you say that? Because we have the test at the bottom. So it's correct. Interesting. So it's found a fault with what I want to do. That's better. So it was right. We also don't want to do this on the line that equals null, and this is why I'm looking at it very... If the line is equal to null, is that an IO exception? I don't want it to go through all of this and to find out that the line is equal to null. And that's why there's a while true here. There's no real reason or ability to use anything else. According to what I'm writing here, you can't do a while loop. Yes, you can. You can. It's a while loop. While that lot Another bracket, please. Is not equal to null. Can you work that out? Right, what's wrong with that? Except for the stupid try-catch rubbish. Ah, right. No, it's not. That's correct. What's this bit here? Unexpected token. Okay, take that out then. Try blah 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 blah. Catch. Give yourself an E expression, and that's where the problem is there. Found it. Jesus Christ. Come on, give me the next part of it. Close bracket. Get rid of the bracket. Is not equal to null. Wow, yeah. And I think I do need brackets around this, because this try-catch is really not going to help. Expression expected. Well, there's your expression. Good. That's already brought me to the first problem with these try-catches. They are just not a very good idea. So I would like a private string read line. Private string read line. Open brackets. We will need the reader. So buffer reader. Reader. And that's all we need, isn't it? Yeah. And what we do is we put all of this try catch blah de blah de blah all the way through. Oh, thank you, pudding. Cut you out of there. Let's just pop you in here a second. So, string line. What am I doing? Ah, there were other things in there. Yeah, there was another semicolon in there that I couldn't use. Semicolon. Hit return. Dun, dun, dun. Okay. String line. This is going to cause more problems. Line equals return line. Right, we'll take care of all the problems in here. Now it's going to say it could be equal to null. Line might not have been initialized. No, you can have it initialized like that. That's allowed. That's good. That's good. Okay. Does that look like a function that I can use? So while it's line equals read line open brackets reader brackets brackets from a static context, private static. There you go, line equals read line reader is not equal to null. While that is true, we will continue. Is that outside of the bracket? Is the conditional outside the bracket? Alright, well, I guess we'll find out. Alright, so we need to test up to this point. Great. I'm going to do a simple test at this point to see whether what I'm thinking is working. So int counter. No. Int counter, it gets removed in a minute anyway, so it doesn't matter. Don't need it to equal 0. Counter plus plus. What? You can't do it. Equals 0. Counter plus plus. And after the while loop, we'll just have a system out dot print line. Let's see, test OBJ lines red equals plus counter. That'll be the end of the file. Okay. All we have to do is, yeah, we've got a start up for this, haven't we? Alright. Let's see if we've made any mistakes in that lot. This is the first time it's run the code. Lines read 80. And that was with our test OBJ, wasn't it? Wow. It works. You're breaking my back. Ouch. Okay. I don't believe we just ran that and it worked. I'm now getting worried. One, because I think it's working. Do we leave that code in? Yes, we do. Right, let's clean it up. Int count. Sanity check for testing. Sanity. By the way, when a sanity check for testing can be deleted for testing, it's just to keep me sane, not the computer. So there we go. Sanity check for testing. It's here as well. Oh, pipe tobacco. Okay. I think I should look at that email. Yeah. It's better than just put in please remove. Alrighty. We've got our first sanity check and it works. Or it seems to work. When it gets to this point here, it's read 80 lines. Now, there are 81 lines in the file, but that last line is blank. If I'm right, I usually put that in there. It's a safety line, in case anything needs to be added or appended. Usually by the system to denote something, so it doesn't wipe out your last piece of data, so it can say how long the file is, or the total length of the file for its sanity checks, because your operating system may do that, and in some cases it does do that. Trust me. And unfortunately, we are up to Cat's feeding time, as you probably were hearing in the background. Why is that like that? Don't know. So that's it for today. Do I continue doing this tomorrow in this format? There's the question. Have we had any viewers? Oh, Akron popped in. Yeah, hi mate. As Akron popped by, then yeah, I'll continue this in the same format. It's all about OBJ parsing and the ins and outs, the flaws, the faults, the trip-ups, and everything that I'm coming across with what I tried earlier today, which actually worked out fine as soon as I fixed the model. But you shouldn't have to fix your model. And what I want to do, obviously, is make an OBJ converter to Bladez format. And Bladez format works with the Bladez engine. And that's the whole point of doing this. It's not. I want to make this as accurate as possible. I want all the information to be correct. And that's why I'm going to be stepping through this bit by bit and showing you how to develop an accurate OBJ parser with material file names, vertex data, texture data, vertex normals, materials, and faces, triangulated faces, so that we can use GL draw elements, which doesn't use quads, by the way. For some reason, OpenGL doesn't like quads. That's it for now. That's it for now, I think. The cats are a-calling. All of these yellow bits, by the way, is just unused. Oh yeah, those are unused now, aren't they? Oops. Those two can go. We'll clean that up. It'll get used next time. I can't seem to delete. Ah, right, my keyboard's working now. I think it's my keyboard. Alrighty. So that's an obvious one. What about this one? Initialize the null is redundant. But it causes problems if I don't do that, doesn't it? Not anymore, it seems. Okay. Next. Variable current color is never used, I know. Material never used, I know. Never used. Never used. Never used. Never used. Never used. Variable current line is never used. Well, we haven't got that far. That's where we finished. Yeah. That's where we're up to. Line 53. Well, let's make it line 54. That's where we're up to. That's where we're going to start tomorrow. And if you want to follow me through this OBJ, get yourself a copy of this IntelliJ. Fire it up, go through this video with the face elements, materials and text coordinates and use materials, vertex, normal bits. Make an engine test that looks like this, that just runs this thing on an OBJ test file. It's all been in this video, so good luck, enjoy, play with it, test it out, have fun with it, see if you can beat me to the final diamond quality OBJ parser. How's about that? Catch you tomorrow afternoon. That's when I'm going to do it. Take care. Now, how do I stop this thing? Okay, I've got the right mouse this time. Stop. Got the stop button. Yay, we're off.